Good morning. I'm Rabbi Ron Friedman of Temple Israel in Boston, and this is the Jewish Perspective. On this morning's program, we'll talk to Lisa Nagel, the new president of the Jewish Community Center of the North Shore, as they celebrate 100 years of operation. And we'll be treated to some mouth-watering delicacies from Blacker's Bake Shop in Newton. But we begin this morning with Stan Kaplan, the executive director of the Jewish Cemetery Association of Massachusetts, the state's newest Jewish cemetery. Beit Olam East in Wayland was recently dedicated. He joins me to talk about this new sacred land. Welcome, Stan. Thanks for coming this morning.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Stan, tell us a little bit first about the Jewish Cemetery Association.
You know, the Jewish Cemetery Association was created in 1984 because the volunteer members of the temples that were caring for their cemeteries were passing from the scene. And the community needed a professional management company to take over the responsibilities of the cemetery, because who we were is who we are, and we have been caring for Jewish cemeteries since 1984. We now own and operate 106 Jewish cemeteries in the state of Massachusetts. It's become a big job.
That's extraordinary.
Yeah.
And how long have you been president?
I was its founding vice president. I was president for 10 years. I've been the vice president. I retired, and they asked me to become now the executive director, which I have been for the past 4 years.
Wonderful. So you have really a very long association from inception.
From inception.
That's terrific. I remember when the association was formed and just how important it was, because there were cemeteries that were falling into disrepair,
right.
And you must be very proud of the track record.
I am. We subsidize 25 Jewish cemeteries in Massachusetts. Without JCAM, those cemeteries would be abandoned today. So it's mitzvah work, and it's the work of a communal agency that's dedicated to our past, and to our present, and to our future, which is what Beit Olam East is all about.
So tell us about that future. This is really a huge undertaking.
It is. Our story begins in 1998, and I was president of JCAM at the time. Rabbi Herman Blumberg, the rabbi from Temple Shir Tikva, I'm a member of Temple Shir Tikva, in Wayland, came to me and said, "Stan, we have a problem. The interfaith community is growing, and there isn't any cemetery in Metro West that will include interfaith couples." The interfaith community had grown in 1980 from 14% of the community to now 37% of the community. So it was a serious problem. We searched for land. We found a beautiful 3 acres of land, purchased the property, raised $1.5 million in the community to purchase and build out the property. The amazing thing about it was that the cemetery was so successful because it was built like a park with a lot of landscape architecture involved, that it sold out in 7 years when we thought we had a resource that would last the community for 30. So in 1907, we were at capacity. We needed to find new land. We did find new land, 10 acres. It cost about $3.3 million. To buy this land. We again went to the community and said, look, we're back to 1998 with no space left. What are we going to do as a community? And the community raised about $3.5 million for us to purchase the land and to build it out. It is a beautiful cemetery. It is a lot of architecture and landscape architecture. And here we dedicated it on November 7th.
Well, that's really wonderful. I know we had some pictures up, and really it must have been a beautiful ceremony.
It was. There were many rabbis and clergy there. We walked the perimeter of the cemetery, stopping 7 times to consecrate the cemetery as holy ground. It was a beautiful day.
And I want to ask you to talk just a little bit more of what it now means to families to be able to ensure that Jews are going to be buried together with their non-Jewish partners?
Thank you. That's an important question. And I would answer it by saying, just as synagogues preserve Jewish continuity in life, Jewish cemeteries preserve Jewish continuity in afterlife. It preserves the memories, it preserves the customs, it preserves the traditions, it preserves our Jewishness. And people who are interfaith Jews want to be inclusive in that relationship with Judaism. And it's extremely important for them to have a resting place that accommodates them and their non-Jewish spouses in a respectful and inclusive manner. And that reflects the new diversity in the Jewish community. The Metro West Jewish community consists of about 50,000 Jewish population. 44% of Reform congregants are interfaith marriages. 10% of conservative synagogues are interfaith marriages. So it was once felt that interfaith Judaism marriages was a threat to the community. It's not so. It strengthens the community. And by welcoming those members of our Jewish diversity into Beit Olam East, we say welcome.
Well, I think that it was a stroke of wisdom to enable diverse opportunities for diverse families, and would ask you whether you experienced any pushback. Was there any reaction that within the community, or was it all just approval on the part of the community?
I would answer by saying that there hasn't been a Jewish cemetery created in Massachusetts for 50 years. And a lot has changed in 50 years. We were once an urban community. We lived in Chelsea, Dorchester, and Roxbury. Now we're a suburban community.
Yes.
So I say Metro West has about 50,000 Jewish population. We were once a traditional community, but we're now a diverse community. We were once a shtetl mentality, but we're now in Americans' mainstream. So a lot has changed for us in 50 years, and I think it's a refreshing. We didn't have any pushback. It's refreshing that these changes be adopted, and that Judaism change with these changes.
And it's certainly consistent with the things that have happened elsewhere in our community.
Absolutely.
The increasing openness within our community.
Yes.
And what are the next set of plans? You've just you've moved into this major undertaking. What's your vision for the future?
To continue to move with the community. That if the community, we see the community moving in a certain direction, we're going to move with it. Again, the past, present, and future is what JCAM is all about. We restoring the oldest Jewish cemetery in Boston, the Havad Shalom Cemetery, which was created in 1844. So we have the oldest that we own, and we're restoring, and now we have the newest. And so everything in between is the glue of the community.
And do you have room for volunteers?
Of course, of course. Always pleased. We welcome volunteers.
And in particular, what kind of help would be useful?
Board members, people that have skills in landscaping, who have skills in lawyering, accounting, professional skills.
Great.
That we can tap into as we continue to grow.
It's definitely a worthy role for any number of people to play.
Indeed.
I want to thank you, Stan, for joining us this morning and for the wonderful work that you and JCAM have been doing.
Thank you for having us.
For more information, you can go to their website, www.jcam.org. We'll take a short break and return with